What is up, guys? German Muscle back with another video. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to sand down rust and primer it. I'm not going to paint it in this video because I'm going to try to do it right this time. So I've already sanded mine down. So the first thing you're going to do is get to 80 grit, or less grit. The less the number is, the more abrasive the sandpaper is going to be, which is the better. And then after you get it done sanding it down, you're going to take some alcohol on a rag and wipe it down. And then, get it ready for primer. Mine is ready for primer. That's right, baby. Alright, guys, I couldn't find my tape, so I just got some old terry cloths. And these things need to be washed or thrown away anyway, so make sure you shake the can up really good. Mine's almost out from doing previous jobs, but so what you want to do is just sand it, or not sand it, but spray it. Yeah, it'll get it all over, but I got a video on that, how to get that off. If you guys have overspray, I'll show you guys how to get that off. It's no biggie. So just let that dry for about 10-15 minutes. Come back with another coat, and you guys should be ready. Ready to sand. All right, guys. So it's been a few minutes now. So what you want to do is go ahead and go over it again, really lightly. Like I said, don't worry about it if you get overspray. I'll show you guys how to remove that. There's a few ways how to remove that. I'm just going to show you guys the best way. And don't forget to wear respirators. This is pretty much done, so I'm just going to move all this out the way. So, actually, dropped my phone. I'm glad I didn't crack the damn screen. I did miss a spot. That's fine. So I'll see you guys in like 10-15 minutes. Alright, guys, so I'm just trying to speed the drying process time up, just because it's cold outside, and don't really want to get no bubbles or nothing in this. So got my little portable heater on here. So if you guys don't have no heat in your car, watch my previous video. I'll show you guys where to get this from and all that. So just going to try to dry this up. This thing works really slowly. This is the only bad thing about having a manual car. When you're trying to do something like this, and you have to use one of these that plugs in your cigarette lighter for heat, you have to go and start the car up, which sucks because in automatics you can just reach over and start the car. In manuals, you got to push the clutch in and stuff. So, but it's getting there. It's getting dry. All right, guys. So get some 400 grit sandpaper. Some kids talking about dogs in the background. Alright, guys, so once the primer's dry, you just want to go over it really lightly with 400 grit sandpaper and just try to smooth it down. Try to get rid of these little edge lines. Sand the entire thing down, don't matter. If you guys start to get spots like this right here, where the raw metal is showing through, just go back over with some primer and let it dry, and it'll be alright. This, I actually need to go back over it with some primer because it's actually not fully dried yet. So, let's go back over it with some primer. I'm not worried about overspray because, like I said, I know how to get rid of overspray. So just let that dry for like 20 minutes, and if it's still tacky, just let it dry overnight, and then come back the next day and sand it down, get rid of all the rough lines, because when you guys go to paint this, and when you go to sand down the paint, you're going to start seeing primer bleed through if you guys don't do it right. Alright guys, so in the meantime, while I'm letting that dry, figured I'd just go ahead and clean my tires up. I sprayed my wheel down, let's clean my wheel, and I noticed the paint is starting to come off around. I took this to a shop to have them paint the wheels. So instead of taking the center caps out, they just taped them off, and they didn't do it right. So I'm going to take my wheels back to the shop and have them redo it. So yeah, that's really disappointing. Pay good money to have these wheels painted, and wow. So anyway, I sprayed the tire down too. This is just cheap stuff from dollar store. It works. It's only $1. So just spray your wheel down and your tire, clean your wheels, and they'll come out looking fresh. So like I said earlier, if you guys go ahead and try to like spray paint over, like if you guys try to like spray paint the primer while it's still without sanding it down, you guys will get this right here. You guys will get this hard line, and when you do go to sand the paint down to buff it out, the primer will bleed through. That's where I messed up at. I haven't really worried about doing this yet because I'm gonna have to do some Bondo work all through here. I just painted over it with primer and some paint, but do it right the first time, guys. So I'm just gonna spray down my tires. This wheel is even worse. Look at that shit. Wow, somebody did not know what the hell they was doing. That's really disappointing. Alright guys, so I was going to tell you guys a little bit of what I did to these tires before. So these wheels, I painted them blue before. And if you guys look where the valve stem is, you can kind of see a little bit of blue. If you look over here, you can kind of see blue a little bit too. Back in here on my brake caliper, I ain't worried about the brake caliper because I'm going to restore those soon. But you see blue right here, and on the back side, guys, I took these wheels to a shop to have them painted. Look at this. That is terrible, dude. You can still see the blue leaking through. You still see the blue. That's crazy. They didn't even take the center cap off this one either. Wow. Alright guys, so this is the only wheel that came out kind of good. As you guys can see, there's a little bit of spots right there from the paint. And see a little bit of chrome right there, the color that the wheels used to be. This is just terrible, man. At least I took the center cap completely out though. Wow. Alright guys, so I'm not worried about the tires right now, the wheels anyway. Just want to show you guys one method how to get rid of overspray. If the paint is kind of still fresh, you just take a damp rag and some of it will come off if you scrub pretty hardly. That's one way. It works for plastic too. You just gotta scrub really hard. This paint's already dry, so yeah. So you just gotta scrub really hardly. Make sure the rag is wet. Like, if you want, you can put some soap on it, some Dawn dish liquid, and wipe it all off like that with a warm wet rag. And that's one way. The way that I think is most effective, like, I mean, this way works really good, but if the paint's dry, the way that I found is most effective is clay bar. Get some spray the solution on it, clay bar the crap out of it. I'll show you guys. Alright guys, so I got my clay. I left mine in the car, so it got kind of hard from being cold, just warming up with your hands. So what you want to do, take your solution. This is from Mother's Instant Detailer. Just spray it where the overspray is. And you also want to spray this down too. Get that really lubed up. And then just go to town. This way it might take longer, but at least it's getting everything off. Like all the imperfections in your paint. Like all the stuff that you don't see on your paint that is there. It gets it at the it gets it while it's taking the paint off. Just takes a little longer. See? I just flip it over, do the other side. So it probably would be best just to use the rag, because the rag is, you know, it's got the fibers in it. We'll really get into it. This is just it takes longer. See, it does work, it just takes longer. Just squish it over. There you go. So anyway, that's how you remove overspray. That's two ways. Another way is fingernail polish remover, the pink kind. You just take that, dilute it with water, and then put it on a little rag and just wipe it on there. It takes it right off. It's actually better than the clay bar and the rag method. Because the chemicals that they use in fingernail polish, it's made to take off. It's like a paint thinner pretty much, because it's made to take off paint off your fingernails. So that works really good. I'd get the pink kind. It's a little bit stronger. So just be careful with it, because it will take your paint off too if you don't dilute it. Don't ask me how I know. Just take my word for it. So this is where I'm going to end the video at. If you guys like it, leave a like on it, comment down below what you guys think about it. If you guys need help with anything, I'll try to assist you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you don't miss videos. Tomorrow's video, I'll be showing you guys how to sand this down, feather it in, and then paint it. So stay tuned for that. See you guys in the next video. Peace.